I'm digging our guest, Lynn Thompson. She wears many titles in the world of cats and business. I think what a great marriage, don't you think? I think you're doubly blessed to have a business mind and also an appreciation for the gifts that cats give us.
Yeah, to me, it was a logical connection to make. And I was really surprised when I started researching my book that nobody had ever done that before. And it just made sense to me, I guess, because I was so immersed in the cat world when I ran the e-com site that I really, it all sort of came together in my head.
So how do you juggle time? Because we climbed out of COVID and we were all sitting in our pajamas watching Netflix, binging, I'm sure. And we now have to shower and be presentable and be better time managers. So what's happening with your life? How did you make that pivot from coming out of COVID and taking on the presidency of the cat writers as they approach their 30th anniversary?
Well, I already work from home, so I was kind of halfway there anyway. COVID wasn't that big of a change for me. It did take away a lot of the in-person events, and that's something that I miss a lot. Because especially when you work as a solopreneur, I think everybody discovered this during COVID. You get lonely. You can talk to people on Zoom all day, but you occasionally need to interact with real people in real time. So I started trying to go to more local events again, like I used to. I was on the board of the beaches division of the Jacksonville Chamber for many years. And so I really missed those events and started trying to go to more of those. I would really love to take the cat writers back to having live conferences. And that's kind of my goal for 2024 is to get enough sponsors interested that we can go back to having a live conference again. There's so much more to it. You get to network with other people more. You get to meet some of our sponsors that are there. And it's just so much more rewarding to go to a live conference than a virtual one. We can still learn in the virtual ones, but.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you and I got to see each other in person. We're using that theme the whole time. I'm sorry. At the Global Pet Expo in Orlando earlier this year. And didn't you feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't know Arden was that short. I mean, I'm just teasing, but I mean, what did you feel when you got to walk the 7 football lengths of the Global Pet Expo, the largest pet product showcase, I think, on the planet? But you were there as the president of Cat Writers.
Yes.
Tell us about that experience.
Well, and it was very different than when I used to go to find suppliers for my e-com site. I had been to Global many times. But it was very different to walk around. This time I was more in a journalistic role. I was interviewing a lot of our sponsors and a lot of other people who were there about their new products and about their companies. And so this was just another way for us to touch base with our sponsors and help give them a little more publicity for their sponsorship. So I've been doing sponsor spotlight videos from that based on the interviews that I did there and running those on our YouTube channel. So that's something new that we have this year that hopefully is giving them a little bit more promotion in exchange for their sponsorship and giving them a reason to continue sponsoring us in the future.
So what was something that caught your eye there? Either a person, a product, what was that made you say, wow?
Oh gosh, so many things. I mean, I've written 2 blog posts now about it for the CWA blog. The second one's going to run in July, and it's so hard to get everything in there. I mean, I could write 4 or 5 blog posts about it. You were there, there were so many things. The one thing that really I thought was very interesting that was a new product was a Korean company had a product there that it's like a little round thing that the cat gets on, and within like 10 seconds, it assesses the cat's body composition. So they can check things like their water content and their bone density, all this in just 10 seconds on this little thing. And it's got a little light that comes on to attract the cat. Cats like to get into things, into boxes or bags or any kind of defined area. So that attracts the cat to there. And there's a little food dish that can keep them there long enough for it to assess everything. And I thought that was fascinating. They said that they've been marketing it mainly to veterinarians. So people are using this to assess the health of a cat basically by their body composition.
So what you're saying is, Kitty, you've come a long way. And what do you think, because you've been a cat lover all your life, and now you're the president of the Cat Writers Association, and as a business person, give us the bottom line, if you will, for what's happening for cats maybe in the next 5 years. What do you forecast?
Well, I think, I forget who said it at Global, but we were talking with several of the other cat people who were there, and they said, everybody loves dogs, and dogs are great, but cats are sexy, and cats are cool, and cats are where it's at moving forward. It's everybody loves dogs, and dogs are nice, but the cats are where there are a lot of opportunities. I see opportunities for companies to move in with new products for cats to fulfill needs that are only now really being explored. There's a lot of health opportunities that research is ongoing for, and I see lots of opportunity there.
Animal biome, that booth, and what they're doing with cat poop studies to help the overall health. I know we snicker when we say cat poop, but really, there's a lot of good information in that litter box that is helping cats' health, right?
Right. And so many products now are coming out now with the litter that changes colors to indicate different health problems. And just so many ways technology is coming in to the cat world, where it may have been in the dog world for several years, but now the cats are finally starting to get that attention that they've always deserved. And we're realizing that cats are not just like dogs, and they're not little dogs. They're very different. They're a totally different species. They have different ways of communicating and different health issues and different needs that we need to provide for. So I see so much opportunity out there for companies coming in to the cat space and expanding their offerings or getting in for the first time. And I hope that they take advantage of those opportunities and make those products available to people.
Well, I'm floored by adventure cats. Are any of your cats willing to be in a cat backpack or ride a paddleboard?
Well, I have a stroller for the boys. When we lived at the beach, I used to take them down to the beach in their stroller, and they would enjoy it sometimes, and other times they really weren't into it. So it just depends. The captain will walk on a harness and leash. He would do that. And I even had, Doggles used to make some little sunglasses that would work for cats. Yeah. I don't think they make that particular style anymore, but I went to put those on him, and he was a little taken aback at first, but then he realized, I can see better outside with these on, and he loved them. And I walked him all the way around the house once on his leash and harness with his sunglasses on and took pictures. I have a picture of him in that outfit, and he just looks so cool.
I can see him going, I wear my sunglasses in the house. Me, wow, me, wow, me, wow. There you go. You got a song.